Alrighty, world YouTube, I'm here with a little bit of mentioning, and it's sad to say, of the story I'm about to talk about. All about music, a category that I like to do that includes topics of course, my favorite bands. Bands that are unique. Bands that are just fucking ruling awesome. Whatever the hell it may be. Oh, and also bands with high egos that suck. Now, back in the late or early mid-90s, I remember watching VH1, the top 100 most heavy metal bands of all time. Of course, they had numerous bands that deserve to be on the list. Some a little higher than I would have expected. Some that should have been closer than the number one spot. But it sucks to say that the number one spot was not given to the person or persons in the band that should have deserved it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a band called Blue Cheer, if you want to look them up. Very, very fast speed, very, very dedicated to being one of the most 60s heavy metal bands. Probably, maybe you could say so, maybe could have been the first, but I don't know. I listened to a lot of their albums on YouTube. I caught some of their songs on the radio when I was younger, but it wasn't the ones that, believe me, I heard on their album. And one distinctively, though, I'll tell you right now, one album, it's got the three band, or I think it was the four band members. I think they all like drawn in an album looking like skeletons. And the album was fast as shit, heavy as shit, but guess what? I'm not trying to throw Iron Maiden out there badly, but Iron Maiden kind of sounded like the album that I heard of Blue Cheer. Believe me, Iron Maiden's in all the original music, but the bass, the guitar, the tone sounded just like Iron Maiden. But anyways, bands that sound or similar to that leads me to the number one spot of Behind the Music. 100 best heavy metal bands of all time. And who do you think hit number one? Excuse my voice, because I've been screaming my lungs off the past couple days due to February vacation. That's for the lady if she happens to watch my videos. It said I made her car sick. She wasn't even in the car. I should get my vocal cords checked. But when you got four screaming kids fighting, not listening, doing what they want, and you can't spank them or give them the old can of whoop-ass that you could back in the day, you gotta do a lot of yelling. So for that lady, that I forgot to mention that in the comment that I wrote back, but if she happens to, I thank her anyways. She gave me a view, that's a good thing. But the number one spot, are you ready? There's a suspense killing you, because it's killing me. It's killing me that this band made it number one. Now, not only did this band steal 6 to 5 riffs from other bands. Yes, I understand, my brother Dave. Not Dave in Vermont, but my other brother Dave. He said they just made the music better. Yeah, but you gotta think of this. You gotta think of this. You don't go around stealing music putting it on the charts, bringing it up to #1, and then just claiming it as your own. Oh, lovely tire down there. And beautiful view, anyways. Trash truck. But you don't just take it, make it your own, and then it goes #1. All your songs hit the top charts, and the 5 that they did steal at the top charts. Now, who am I talking about? Of course. If you don't know, I'll tell you. The mighty Led Zepplin. Oh, man. Whenever I looked this up, I was distraught. Very, very insulted. You know, you don't go and take music and make it your own just because you're in the band there, Jimmy Page, Yardbirds. So, Stairway to Heaven, I believe, is one of the top most ones that was literally thrown on the table, lawsuit, settled it, and therefore. Now, a few years back, 5 years back, 2013, whatever the hell it was, before I knew all this, I made a video, Led Zeppelin, make one more album. Now this brings in the ego part. And this replies to you, Robert Plant, which I can't stand you no more. You suck. When you're stealing riffs and not knowing it, oh, yeah, alright, I'm sure you didn't know about it. But, what I can't stand about Robert Plant is that he did not give the late, great John Bonham. Believe me, he is in the top 5 for best drummers of all time. I have to give it to that. Me, personally, I like #1, Neil Peart. But anyways, Jason Bonham never got the damn privilege to tour and play them sacred songs that Led Zeppelin did carry on after John Bonham and would not let any other drummer play. Leads me to say, why would they not let Jason Bonham play John Bonham's, his own father, sacred songs and make an epic journey in that kid's life? To be on the stage with the 3 original band members that his father once took with makes me sick that now Jimmy Page has announced a week ago that this reunion or anything is not gonna happen. No tour, no goddamn album, which I claims to put out there a while back. Hey, Black Sabbath did it. Even though it took 13 years, even though they did some, concerts, the Queen of England or whatever, gathered back together for that. Jason Bonham is now left in the dark to never ever play his father's music with the ones he created it with. And that makes me sick. Sick. That egotistical bastard, Robert Plant. But yet he promoted 2 albums. One last year. And he came out after I made the video, after they made the announcement that they might get back together with Jason Bonham also, mind you. That they were going to make an album. And it wasn't his. I mean, theirs. It was his own album. It's like he promoted his own album or something. So that dirty rat bastard. Sickening. I can't stand him. Now it'll never happen. Now it will never happen. It's all done and said and washed up. And for me to think of that poor boy, Jason Bonham, that I think would have ripped up the drums in his father's honor. Oh man, that would have been a sight to see. Nope, nope, not Robert Plant. And they call, and I'm gonna leave it at this, Led Zeppelin, #1 heavy metal band of all time. How about Kiss My Ass? And they need to change it. For 1, stolen riffs. 2, Mr. Robert Plant ain't got half of what Ozzy Osbourne has done. Ozzy has literally carried on the heavy metal torch. He has resigned himself. That's gonna be another video I gotta do to pay my respects for that man. But if anybody deserves the #1 spot, and I hope VH1 gets this and changes it, Black Sabbath. That's right. Heavy metal bands or whatever that came back in the day, yeah, they brought the heavy riffs, they brought the tunes, but guess what? Black Sabbath brought the anvil that Tony Iommi used to beat and weld on and threw it in the audience at you. So that's right. VH1, get on the ball and change this terrible mess up. As for you, Robert Plant, for not letting Jason Bonham carry on his father's legacy, you're a scumbag, and I hope your vocal cords go rough and get torn out of your throat, dickhead. But till that next video, YouTube, be safe, take care, out.